Hello, everyone. Welcome to Be Tripping.
No, it's not.
Okay, it's not. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Junior, and I'm here with the lovely
Docho.
Docho.
Yeah.
So this podcast, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna really we want to just talk about what are we talking about?
Wing it. We're just winging
We're just
it.
winging
But
it.
mainly we're focused on relationship though, because we're not done.
You know why we're focused on relationship, guys? Is because I'm doing this podcast with another female.
No, it's not.
And
Really, is that why?
I want to be a gentleman. I have to sit here and I'm gonna answer. And fellas, don't be mad at me. I don't want to hear about people saying, "Yo, you told us, you told girls this." Listen, I'm just talking about myself. But I'm always gonna speak on what I feel like generally men feel like, and I feel like that's what you do too. I don't feel like you just necessarily say every woman think like yourself. What you're saying is generally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason we picked this topic is because nowadays relationships to be.
When you say we, do you just mean yourself? Because I didn't pick.
Me, myself, and I. Okay. Does that help? Yeah.
That does help.
Okay.
So
and Juju. Anyways, but no, the reason we picked a relationship is because it's something that a majority of us struggle with nowadays. People don't want to be in a relationship, and they have a hard time finding someone, not even to be in a relationship with or commit with, but someone to even date or have a conversation. So we just want to open up that, conversation to make sure where the issue is, how we can solve it, and just go from then on. Yeah.
See, the thing is, for women, is like the number one goal is to find a relationship sometimes. And it's like guys are worried about, certain career aspects. I'm not saying that women are not, but that's probably like number one priority. Like a guy knows your job is going to be to provide. I mean, the world is different now. Women provide too, but just generally how you're going to be brought up is going to be like, yo, your job is to provide. So you're not necessarily thinking about walking down the aisle at the moment.
Okay, at what age? Okay, so I do meet a lot of men that are 35, 36 and still are not ready to be in a committed relationship. So what is the right age to say, hey, you know what? I'm ready to start a life. I'm ready to meet a person. So what is for guys, what is the appropriate age, would you say? There's no age limit to it.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, that's like saying, what age do you think will be appropriate for a woman to get married?
I mean, after appropriate, I'm not sure, but because females mature ahead of time, But since we seek already some, but you have to edit that part, okay?
A very few of them.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I can say the same thing about men too, though. But 35, 36, I think it should be the right age where people should, if they want to be in a relationship.
Do you think a woman should start trying to get married around like 35, 36?
That's the thing though. Especially if she wants to have a baby and stuff like that, that's a little bit too old. So for us, we have a time frame.
Are you talking about yourself, or are you talking about just women in general?
I am 29. I am not in a rush to have a baby. So if I have it, great. If I don't mind it. So I'm not in a position where I have to rush. But a lot of females are. So because of that, they rather be in a relationship before 30, so they can have the wedding and relationship and kid. Right. At a certain age, yeah.
No, I mean, yes. I agree with anybody's perspective, right? I'm not really the type that's like, you have to do this by this type of age but a large amount of women get married before their 30s. Like they do.
Okay, let me switch it up then.
Okay.
Why aren't you not in a relationship?
What? Yo, what the why am I not in a relationship?
Okay, let me switch it up. Are you in a relationship or not?
No, I'm not.
Why is that?
Because that's not my focus right now. I'm pretty sure if I want to be in a relationship, I will be able to be in a relationship. But that's not my focus. So, that's why I'm not in a relationship. It's not my focus. I'm not in a relationship.
So what is your focus now?
My business. That's it.
If you meet a person that helps you build your business, why can't you be with that person?
Who the hell said she was gonna help me build my business? That's not her job.
It's not. It's supposed
I
to be.
did meet somebody. I did meet somebody who helps me build my business.
Yeah.
I pay them hourly.
But that's what I'm saying, though. You meet people that can complement your lifestyle.
I wouldn't meet a girl just to help me build my business.
Okay, maybe your understanding of helping build your business, maybe you think is just financially, but it can be a mental support, being a friend, just being there as a person.
I have those. I'm not married to them. I have a whole bunch of those.
So you are in a relationship with a bunch of females. That's what you're saying.
I never said that.
No, good for you. If that works out for you, that's great. Yeah.
I mean, some of the people who help me in my business are men. Some of the people who help me in my business are women. It's not. I'm just saying, like, that's my focus, and that's the thing. I feel like some people really in life. I feel like if you want to focus on something, you have to focus on that. Yeah. If your goal is to be in a relationship, you have to focus on the fact that, okay, these are the things I need to do to get, if I want to be in a relationship, what type of person do I want to be in a relationship? What are the things I'm willing to sacrifice? And if you can't one day say, oh, I want to be in a relationship, but if the person don't have this, then I'm not, you don't want to be in a relationship.
That's a mature relationship. That's
right.
Not mature yet, yeah.
And if it's like, oh, I want to be in a relationship, but I have to sacrifice X, Y, and Z, I don't want to do it, then your goal is not to be in a relationship. Your goal is to keep X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but that's just.
I think the dating life as of right now is effed up, and there's no winning for it. It's just
why you say
it's
that?
Better to be single and be happy, because if you're in a relationship nowadays, this generation, it's just more stress that comes with it. So it's better off to stay single if you're not in a rush to have a kid, or even if you want to have a kid, you can freeze your eggs and stuff like that.
There's
so many ways. Yes, like there's so many ways to just have a kid. You don't have to be in a relationship.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Everywhere.
Yeah, and the tax return too. Damn,
I'm
thinking
out.
about it. I'm really thinking about having a baby now, just for that. But yeah.
See, some people will be like, "Damn, I should have had a baby, so I could get that money." And then some people will be like, "I know a girl with a baby that's gonna give me that." But see,
which one are you?
I'm just saying, we have options in life.
Lord, okay,
in life, there are options. It's all about what is your focus. You know what I'm saying? What is you trying to get out of life? You know. I want to ask you a question though.
Okay, got an answer for you.
Like I said, if you want to focus on something, right, you should focus on that. But for the women who do want to get married, who do want to be in a relationship, do you think that it's even though they want to be in a relationship, that they shouldn't propose to a guy, whether if it is saying, hey, I want to be your girlfriend, or hey, I want to be your wife, or hey, I want to have your kids one day. Is it? Because I was watching the video on Instagram.
Yeah.
And the lady sat there.
Yeah. In
front of her friends, her family. She kneeled down, proposed to her man, and the crowd goes crazy. And you look at the comments. The comments is 360 everything. You get everything under the comments.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? What is your view on that? Like, do you think that, if a woman, her focus is to be in a relationship or to be married, should she propose to a guy?
So I'm going to speak based on my own understanding and what I like and what I don't like, okay?
Makes sense.
So it's not something I would do, but again, everyone has their own relationship, right? Their own understanding. So if that is something they communicated and that's something that he would wanted to do, then go, good for her. But in my own opinion, I would still stand. I would still stand having the guy propose than the female. And I'm not saying a female's not supposed to propose or anything like that. It's every man to himself in a sense at the end of the day.
Right. Talk about.
Let's do this. This is our ritual.
The perfect head.
Yeah.
Perfect head.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Every time. Let's talk about the perfect head.
Oh, okay.
Cause I feel like sometimes girls just be like, "Well, I put it in my mouth." It's like that's not really what head is about. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like if I stuck my penis inside of you and I was just like, "Well, it's in there, make it happen." You wouldn't feel the same way. Now, if I'm going side to side, I'm giving you the whoop-de-whoop, I'm giving you the bareback splash gang, all of that like moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you're gonna realize, you know what I'm saying? So you can't just, I'd be like, you know, the perfect head. It has to be like opera. We need symphonies.
He did not just say opera. He did not just say opera.
The is the tongue.
Ladies, I cannot believe
it can't be just like, you can't be sitting here playing like jingles for me. Like, I don't like that.
What is so funny is like, guys, you guys have like the perfect idea of what a head should be, or getting a head should be.
Right.
But not all of you guys, but some of you guys have no idea
How to give head?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I'm not even gonna talk.
no.
I never get that.
Yeah.
I never get that far. She's pretty much done by the time. So no.
Don't expect like for a female to do the same thing. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you receive it, and what else? Like, are you gonna,
I mean, but I'm not sitting there like, ooh, when we get over, I'm gonna eat your pussy later. No, I don't do that. We're gonna be like, they get drunk, they be like, I wanna suck your dick. And I'm like, sure. And then it's like, you don't know what you're doing when you get down there? That's a no-no. We shouldn't even brought it up.
So what happens after? Do you like show them
I'm gonna still
how
hit
it's
it,
done?
but I don't know if you're gonna come back.
Ouch. Because of a head? Is
It
head that
depends.
important for you guys?
It's not that important. It's just
It
you
seems like
already
it.
started off lying to me, so
It's-
I know the relationship. The relationship can take a
No.
very large downfall. Like,
Interesting.
doesn't that make sense to you? If a guy was like, girl, I'm gonna eat you up when we get in high, and then he gets there, he's scared to even put it, you're gonna be like, what the fuck type of person are you? Like, wouldn't you, right? That makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that not make sense?
Yeah, it makes a perfect sense. But
Like, all right, how about this? Let's switch it up. If a guy was like, girl, I'm gonna take you to the most, listen, I just wanna really spend time with you. I'm gonna take you to somewhere you're gonna really like, you're gonna really enjoy. You know what I mean? I just wanna spend time. It ain't about where we going. It's about I wanna spend time with you. And this nigga pull up at a Wendy's. And, he gets to the counter and he's just like, yo, let's just choose from the dollar menu. Like, it's just like, bruh, you sold it. But this is not what we're doing.
so you see,
I know where you're gonna go.
I'm not. No,
she's
no,
gonna
no.
go
Like,
with the.
I'm
She's
the
gonna
kind
say.
of person.
She's gonna say.
No,
I don't care how much you spend on the date. I already know you're gonna say that.
no, it's not that. Like,
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about if somebody
That's-
gives you a visual of something, and they don't deliver.
maybe that's the perfect date for them. That is the perfect date. It might not be my
You come
standard.
through and upgrade them.
I'm not here to upgrade nobody but
Damn,
myself.
I
So
thought-
let's not even go there.
like, I'm not
but I'm not
Beyonce.
here to judge either. If that's his way of going about it, then I would see and choose whether if that's something I would like to entertain moving forward. So every female has a choice to make whether if that's he did say he's gonna take whatever, a nice place or whatever, right? But
What if he says he's
and
gonna
it's-
take you somewhere, and then he just end up calling you Uber Eats?
Look, this is the thing. You can go to the fanciest place ever and end up with the most boring conversation or boring person on this earth. You'll be miserable.
Right.
So I don't think it's the location. Yes, the location would help. But at the end of the day, it's really the person. Like, is he fun to talk to? Do we have more connection? Is this someone that I would like to see again? Those are the things that, but again, those things came as I got older. Like as a young person, I did not think about that. I thought about, the best place to go and stuff like that. But I think within time, you realize the most important things are time you spent with quality people.
Yeah, I think women have that. Women have that quality where it's like, some women have the quality where it's like, they really just care about the time that's spent together.
Yeah.
They really just care about being with you, and that's an awesome thing. I mean, I think guys have that too. People have that general thing.
Yeah,
But
and those are
I've
honestly
seen that in
that's the
certain.
best
I've seen that in
thing.
certain women. It's just like they don't even care where you at. They're just like, look, I just want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure it out from there.
And that's the best ones.
Those are good. Those are the things that start great relationships, because now, what I'm saying, I don't feel like I have to be a certain type of person to please you, and she doesn't feel like,
She has to pretend to
she
be
has
someone.
Yeah,
and-
she has to
vice
dress
versa.
up like this way, do her makeup this way, just for me to enjoy her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the Netflix and chill is really where it's at. Like, I first of all, I can't take you in public with me, and I don't even know how you are as a person. You ever been on a date where You ever been on?
Started a conversation with, have you ever been on a date? And then never ends well. Okay, go on.
But no, have you ever been on a date where, everything's going well, it seems normal, and it'll be something that, say, for example, the waiter does or the guest does or somebody does, and the person just overreacts. Right? Oh, the water didn't come on time and it's late and the water wasn't cold enough. And you're just like, it's not that serious. Yeah. Right?
You get to see the true color though.
Right. But if you was like, hey, come over to my place, let's chill. Yeah. You know what I mean? Those are the things that you would have known about the person. The person's like, yo, I really hate lukewarm water. Yeah. Like, and you be like, okay, I know. So now when I tell the person to bring you water, I'm like, hey, make sure it's really chill. She really likes that. That gives me a chance to kind of like show my ability to, focus on you and really care about you. But if you just go to a random place and I'm just put you in a random place and then you start acting, or like they have like 4 drinks and then they're stumbling and cursing everybody out. Yeah. How am I supposed to know that? Yeah. Like I need to have like a controlled environment, but that's why I think maybe that's why people go to like bars where they normally frequent, and it's just like, man, I know this security kick your ass out if you start tripping. Like,
but as much as I don't like dating, I think it's a great opportunity to know a person's personality right away, how they treat the waitress or how they treat people around them. That says a whole lot.
That's not dating.
But what is dating then?
Dating, well. I think we use dating in a lot of terms.
Mm-hmm. What's your understanding of dating then?
You could say I'm dating like I'm getting to know people, but you can get to know people without going to a restaurant every week on a date.
Okay. How do you do that?
Text you could be dating that person, hey, let's meet up, or let's, like, it doesn't have to be like we're going on a dinner date every week, and that's how I'm getting to date this person and learn about them. Then there's the term date, which is a night out.
Okay. I mean, it does have a different role to it, but usually when you meet someone and you want to get to know them or fancy them or anything like that, you take them on a date. That's what I'm used to.
I feel like the best way to know somebody is to really hang around their friends.
Yeah, but that comes after time. You cannot just jump into meeting their friends.
I mean, you also don't walk down the street and be like, "Hey, you want to date me?"
And you definitely do not stalk them either. So you can't.
Yeah, women don't know how to not do that.
No, not women. No, guys they're number one too. They're the same way.
That's when you give them that opera.
Oh my God. Okay, I do have a question though.
They're gonna definitely stalk you.
So knowing that me being single, I've been on multiple dates to the point where I have a routine. Okay.
What's your routine?
My routine. So there's a big fuss about.
Ladies, this is what you don't do.
No. Maybe, yeah, it might work for me. It will still not work for me, but I'm
You're
happy.
single, so it's not working.
I'm happy, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. But what I'm going to say...
Single. women
are not happy when they're single. Can we highlight happy? Okay. I was in a relationship and miserable, so, hey, I'd rather be single and happy, it's fine.
When women be like, I'm single and I'm happy, we kind of look at it and we be like, When a guy says, I'm single and I'm happy... Everybody be like, this nigga happy.
Because that shows you're a slut or you're a hoe. That's too much to sleep around.
Hey, man, whatever you want to call it, whatever you call it. But when a woman says, I'm single and I'm happy, everybody's like, is she a little bitter? Or what, is she trying to hide some type of emotion? But when a guy says, I'm single and I'm happy, it's like, oh, he must got bitches. And he'd be like, I do.
It's not, that's not a good thing either. I don't know why you're so prideful about it. But the one thing I'm going to say is that when genuinely there are people that are single and say pretend to be happy, and there are people that are in a relationship pretend to be happy.
Yeah, people pretend all the time.
But happiness is not about what people see in you. It's more so what you find within you.
And that's why I said what I said. What I'm saying is, like we talked about earlier, women have a tendency to focus on relationships. So
a healthy one, yeah.
Of course, healthy relationship. But it's hard for me to see a woman who, I guess I would have to know the person, right? But most women who are relationship orientated and are single, they're not happy. Like their happiness, they feel like, there's a level of happiness that they're trying to achieve by being in a relationship in the first place that they're not getting.
That's because they haven't truly accepted who they are. They haven't loved themselves yet. they're seeking that love from somebody else. But the moment you genuinely, I'm talking about you, not to forget anybody else.
Right.
To yourself, you say, I love myself. These are
Right.
my weakness. These are my strength. And I'm willing to work with them. And I'm willing to be a better person. And if if a person comes to me knowing these qualities and you end up in a relationship, that's great. But until then, I think a female can genuinely be happy without being in a relationship. It's the most peaceful place you could ever be.
Cat. So now,
On, off, I don't know this term, so I'm going to say on, off for that. But no, seriously, though. And I feel the same way with the guys. They pretend to, in front of their friends, to say, hey, I got hoes, I'm single, whatever it is. But deep down, they want to have that someone. And I don't know why majority of men don't talk about it, because it's okay. The more you accept it is when you're going to start to attract the people that you need to be with. That's just how I see it.
I mean, yeah, I think those things do.
But again,
those things bottle down.
A mature conversation, which you
yeah,
guys are not ready to talk about.
It bottles down to who you're talking to, because
Definitely not you, but
at
okay.
The end of the, you trying to tell me I'm not mature? I caught that little shade, but nah. Listen. You just gotta know what you want in life. Me being in a relationship, just to be in a relationship, I cannot find that to be the source of happiness.
The fact that you know that it's good.
Yes.
Yes.
Me being where, focused on my goals and being able to accomplish them, being able to reach them, whatever the goals may be, is when I'm going to find true happiness.
Yeah.
It's not going to, like you said, I can't find happiness from being with somebody
else. Yeah.
I can't be sitting there like, yo, can you make me happy already?
They can either
can
make
you motivate
more
me
happier,
already?
But
like,
yeah.
And most relationships are like that. Most relationships be like, yo, it's always one person who's just like, I feel like I have to motivate you every day. I feel like I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to like
another job.
I have to financially support you. I have to emotionally support you.
Yeah.
I have to, you know what I mean? So, that's why
but there are relationships like that they're okay with. So it's that's why I try not to judge and not to, I don't envy anyone relationship.
She doesn't speak English.
I do, but I have a problem pronouncing words, okay? But the thing is that, and please know that about me. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. Don't go at me.
We're going to edit that out. But go ahead.
Fix your hair, first of all. Fix your freaking hair.
Say what you say.
But what I was trying to say was, before I got interrupted by, who, I try not to...
You got interrupted by the word envy. It was not me. The word envy interrupted you.
Yes,
but go ahead.
A lot of like famous people and stuff like that, they have a certain lifestyle that it looks nice from an outside, but we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So yes, it's good to see people happy, but try not to wish or want somebody else's relationship, because you don't know a lot about it. Just create your own, understand your own, and just be happy by yourself before you be in a relationship with anybody else.
I can see all the girls like, yes, girl, tell them. But look, let me ask you a question.
It's not about telling them.
Do you guys notice how the only couples that be swinging are rich couples?
What do you mean swinging?
Do you notice that? Swinging is like having multiple, like they're comfortable with them having multiple partners. Because only broke couples be like, nigga, if you fuck someone else, it's over. Like,
no, the only reason you say that is because it's projected. No.
Yo,
because
listen,
they're out there.
Tell me when I'm lying.
They're paparazzi. They're out there. You get no. You'd be okay. I know personally people that are into that kind of lifestyle. Okay, they might not be famous. But
I didn't say famous.
You say
I said wealthy.
Wealthy. To be wealthy, majority of the time they're famous, right?
She was wealthy. I mean, I know people who's wealthy.
You don't know half of the things, but okay, I'm not gonna mention.
I know people who are wealthy. They're not famous.
What I'm trying to say is that it's at the end of the day, it's like a relationship. It's like a business contract. Honestly, it's two people come together and say, "Hey, this is what I want, and are you willing to give me this?" And it has to go both ways. Right? And if it's cheating, if it's open relationship, it's between...
It wouldn't be called cheating if that was part of the contract.
That's the thing. For us, from an outsider, it is cheating because we think relationship is just two people together. But if they both agreed, which we have no business in being part of their personal life, if they agreed in having an outside relationship, that's them. That's not cheating for them. That's like, okay, yeah, he cheats, it's fine like that, but we move on. But for us, it's a different perspective.
But do you hear what I'm saying, though?
Do you hear what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
What did
but
I
you
say?
still, I feel like you still have that perspective.
You're saying famous people are the only one that have an
I never said famous people.
wealthy people.
I said
scratch famous and say wealthy.
Let me put it different. Most of the people who swing got money, or they're financially okay. Why is it that people who are financially straight tends to understand or tends to think in a certain way where it's like, well, sex is not everything. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to make sure my partner is pleased. My goal is like the woman be like, my goal is to make sure my husband is pleased. The man be like, my goal is if I can't please my woman, I'm gonna let another guy, because their confidence isn't in their ability to keep, or to say, hey, I'm your sole provider. I'm the only person you can get everything from. Their confidence is just in like, hey, I'm a successful person. I'm doing well. So they're not really, they don't feel, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't feel like insecure.
But that's a personal issue. It has nothing to do with finance at all.
But you're right. It has everything to do with just your personality, but most people who swing still
can't find
are
true
wealthy.
love, so they end up being.
That's not true. No, that's not true.
It is true.
They love each other to death to the point where they would allow someone else to sexually please their partner because they like, yo, I know you've shown me enough for you to always come back to me, or you like it's something. I'm not that wealthy, so but I'm down for swinging.
Yeah, no, it's not about being wealthy. I know a lot of people that say, "Hey, as long as you come home,
but niggas is
you
down for swinging regardless of
you don't have to be wealthy. There are a lot of people
for niggas, women are the only ones.
No, seriously though, there are people out there.
Oh, sorry.
Especially knowing I'm on Tinder for like literally, hey guys, how y'all? Okay. So I'm on Tinder and I meet so many interesting people, couples, whatever it is. You don't have to be wealthy.
Speaking of Tinder.
You need to sign up for it. Maybe you'll find someone.
I am on Tinder. I just don't be on there.
Are you on Tinder?
No.
Are you on Tinder?
I'm on Tinder.
Hold on. You're in
I'm on Tinder, but it's like... I'm on Tinder, but it's like...
I've seen everyone there. I'm like, how did I say
I don't like not being able to, if I like a girl, for me to say, yo, what's up? Right?
You can say that.
No, you can't. They got to match you first for you to say hi to them.
You just paid that. Is it $30 for guys?
What?
Yes. Guys pay for females it's like 14 or 15. For guys it's $30.
So you could talk to a guy before he matches you?
For me?
Or they all match
Hold
you?
on.
No. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. You know what?
You have to match a guy first before you have to match the person.
They send me the message, so I
There you go. She just responded to the mugs to the people who are messaging you.
I was like, did I send one before? No, seriously though, Tinder, you meet. Now that COVID happened, and I'm sorry, but
so let me
at the
say
same
this:
time, it's a good thing because a lot of people signed up on Tinder for like good quality man.
Like the ones who hack.
No, that's not from Tinder. No,
Okay.
That's not from Tinder.
You sure?
I assure you, it's not from Tinder. It's from something.
So let's talk about how Docho's on the run for the FBI, right? So the other day, yesterday, she's down out in another side of town, and she just keeps getting these security alerts, and it's just like somebody's logging into your Instagram from Delaware. And
he is an IT person. Of course, I'm gonna go.
So we figure out that the
actually
person, it's a Habesha guy, like. We could
Ethiopian
tell.
people, what have I done to you?
We could tell by the people he's following that.
But I do appreciate you for being a nice hacker, right? He hasn't taken any money.
This could be somebody she just gave the password.
anything.
First of all, by the way, she just screams her password every time. But and as an IT person, I'm just like, no. Like I'm like, don't say it out. It doesn't matter. Like if you're talking to a mic, just don't say your password. I don't know. She'd be like, yeah, I'm putting in my password right now. It's WNW. I'm like. Anybody could be listening to this. It doesn't matter. But
okay, first of all, I was freaking out. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought my issue was just Instagram, and then all of a sudden,
then we find out it's not even. They didn't hack her Instagram. They hacked her phone.
I have an iPhone.
Sheesh.
Like, how the hell do you hack an iPhone?
They have access to everything.
They have
iCloud,
access
everything.
to other apps, so it's not just Instagram.
My bank, my everything. Yeah. So he could have.
He never
done
took
something.
any money out of it.
Yeah, so that's why I say thank you for being a nice hacker. I appreciate you for that.
If you're listening, shout out.
Not yet though.
I changed my password.
He's been on it for a while. He never took any money.
I'm so happy.
He probably added money. Sugar daddy.
Aww.
See?
Please do that. Thank you. Much
If you're gonna be a
needed.
hacker, be a sugar daddy hacker. Hack into her account and put some money in there.
And his name is what? Aldo too.
Oh no, don't tell.
Why?
No.
Follow him. I mean, why not?
Everybody
I
go.
literally
Fuck
took
it.
the time.
Everybody go follow.
I literally took the time to
Aldo
Google him.
12514 whatever, some shit like that.
I Googled him. I went to his Instagram. I took a screenshot of his friends that he follows. It was just so weird.
And me and her was talking on Instagram, and he was just like doing the vanishing mode.
Yes, and then he does
and making
this.
and making everything. Well, it does that by itself. I don't think that was him.
I was like, how do you do that? That is so cool.
Look,
But
earlier
then-
we was talking about like in the dream, right? When
Yeah.
you can control your sex
Is
position.
this a to be continued situation? Because if they don't hear the first one, then they would know. Okay.
Okay, there you know. No, earlier we was talking about
Is it COVID?
maybe
Oh my God.
this is COVID 2021.
Yeah.
Earlier we was talking about controlling sex positions in your dream.
Yeah.
So like in my I've had dreams where, like I said, I feel like sometimes I have control over my dreams. So
That's good.
I can let somebody take control over me, or I could choose to take. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I think I have control, but I'm really not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be like my mind telling me, you're the one who chose to do that.
Yeah.
But in real life,
You don't have control?
but that's what I'm asking. Does it matter who takes control?
So that, I'm going to keep telling you this because at the end of the day, it's all about the type of relationship you're in. Some man wants to be dominant and some female wants to be dominant. So it depends what type of relationship you have. What you might like it, having a female to be dominant, or you might want to be the dominant person. But it all depends on the relationship that they have. Really, it really depends based on.
I'd be like, yo, I need you to shut up. This is about to be real quick. I'm in and out of there. Like a thief. I don't want you. I don't care what kind of person I'm playing. Like fuck what you learn on Pornhub.
But can I just say something though? Sex is so overrated. In so many levels. It's just I'm sorry, it is.
Why you say that?
Is. Because it is.
Because y'all don't come often?
Well, no, it's not. First of all,
Because women be like, I didn't come, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
you have to understand, if a female doesn't come, that means the man is not satisfying her the way she needs to be satisfied.
but you know one thing I do know, and I do definitely believe,
What?
women who have toys, it's they don't come.
So,
They're surprised when they come. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I disagree.
but women who don't, not any toy.
I disagree.
If you use I'm telling you, if you use
female. I'm telling you too. I don't understand. I'm telling you.
if a girl uses a vibrator that's focused on her clit, and that's all it does.
Oh my God, this is the first conversation I've ever had with this, by the way.
And she's been using it for years.
Yeah.
Bro, just get yours and be out.
I disagree. I think it's like you have to understand the sex language of a person. Like there's a love language, but there's a sex language
There's
too.
the language. Is that the language? Like a buzzing
What kind
sound?
of females you entertain yourself with? Because I don't know. I cannot even answer that right now.
Trust me, every female I entertain my will, they came and they go.
And I'm glad you're so proud of it. But what I'm trying to tell you is that literally there is a sex language. So you have to understand what the person likes and doesn't like to
There's a
please
sex
them.
language, a love language. Wow, that's too
Actually, the sex language I just came up with. I will do more research about it. I just thought about it. But
okay.
I
So
do feel
what was the term?
there is a sex language, meaning like
What
understanding
was the
a
term?
person's...
What was the term that we said? Like when you come up with something that's not factual.
What did we say?
You said you was gonna say what was the term? It was like
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. There's
No,
a
I
such
think
thing called
I think that's one.
sex language. We got
No,
sex language. We got love language. We got regular language.
No, confirmed to love language. But I feel like sex language is the same as important as the love language, because if you understand a person's body and know how you can please them, that's understanding their body.
So look,
like, it's
but that
crazy.
takes. Listen, I've had different experiences, right? But I could be like, there's girls where I'll be in a relationship and it's like, boom, it's the first time our sex language allegedly connects, right?
Yes.
And then there's girls where our sex language don't really meet, but it's just like we really enjoy each other's time. So over time, the sex language allegedly becomes.
You don't have to say that, okay?
I don't have to say it every time because we're making this shit up on the spot. I've never heard of sex language, but I'm going with it.
We're gonna starting from here on. Sex language
Is that the name of the podcast? Sex
It's a
language?
thing. No, hell no.
But
look, I have so much explaining to do right now. Okay.
So and then it takes time for the two to understand how to sexually please each other. Mm-hmm. So
I don't think it should take time. Like, I think a person, if they know exactly what they want, they should openly talk about it. Like, they should.
I've been in relationships where it's like, yo, the sex is great from the jump. Mm-hmm. And then, we will go through like just regular relationship stuff. Just like, somebody will, feel like, oh, somebody passed or something like that. Like, and their energy is off. And then, or like just whatever,
How do you even approach the conversation? Like, if you feel like your partner,
I never did. I just was like,
if they're not, they're slacking.
But women will be like, I didn't come that time. I'm like, bitch, me neither. Let's keep it moving.
But no, I think,
and let's get the fuck up out of here.
But with communication, a lot can be fixed. Like, by changing the person, I don't think you're solving.
No, I don't think I don't think it's bad to communicate about it.
Anyways,
I'm just saying, women are the bold ones. Is gonna be like, well, I didn't come. I'm like, I didn't either. Like, it's okay.
But if you understood each other,
I'm tired now. My back. We've been doing this for an hour.
I think you would not be doing it for an hour if you had if you have understood the body language or the love language.
For
or
who
the
to come?
sex language. Both.
Okay, so
it's supposed to be pleasing each
that means
other,
we
not
both
pleasing,
did it for
not being selfish.
But
you know
we
what I'm
both
saying?
did it for an hour and it didn't work.
Then you're
happen.
not communicating enough, or you're not communicating well enough.
Well, maybe it's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm not. Just like sometimes. No, but you guys do it all the time. You guys fake it and be like, oh, he's happy. I'm okay.
What do you mean? First of all,
women. First of all.
Hold on. Who fakes it nowadays, though? Do females still fake it?
I don't know.
Can even
niggas are fake? Niggas are faking it nowadays. I'd be like, ugh, bitch, get off me. Like, I swear.
If you are one of those females, pro to you. I don't even know how you do it. It's just,
I would be like,
possible to do that?
Man, I'd be like, or I'll just be happy she came, and I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, let's get, like sometimes it's just like, okay, it's cool. It's not a big deal.
If you have to fake it, get rid of it. Period.
Nah, her ass might be fat. Like, it just might be.
I'm talking about the ladies. If you have to fake it, you have to get rid of it. That's it. You can't.
I agree with that.
Are you kidding me?
If you don't like it, why are you still doing it? Do you think that men secretively want to be in relationships but won't say it?
Yes. I feel like if a man, only a confident man, only a man that truly accepts himself and knows it's okay to express yourself. It's okay to communicate. It's okay to have emotions. Once you accept that, it doesn't make you a weak person or a weaker man. It just makes you a person that has a feeling and that's willing to communicate that with another person. But majority of people, or not people, actually females do the same thing nowadays too. But it's okay to be emotional. And a lot of people, if they decided to show some kind of feeling, they're considered as weak. They're considered as emotional. And that's not the case. A person chooses to express themselves in different ways. That can be drinking. That can be crying. That can be having sex. There are different ways of going about it, right? Mm-hmm. And it should not be as a weakness. It should be as a form of communication. So majority of men, they might not express it, but they sleep around hoping that they can just bump into someone that they can just marry in a heartbeat.
Are you sure they're
That's how I feel like.
Are you sure they're sleeping around trying to look for somebody they can get married to?
I really, out of nowhere, thin air, they expect the perfect woman to just pop in, which I do have a question, by the way.
Okay.
I want to understand, what is a perfect woman for guys? Like, what's the idea of perfect woman? Because it seems like you're just sitting. Most men are just sitting, hoping to have this big butt, big boobs, big long hair, fake lashes, whatever it is. That's plastic women image like.
Honestly,
so
I feel like most women are
Yeah.
the ones who need a perfect boyfriend. Men, when you become my girlfriend, you're my girl. Whatever flaws come with you, whatever, if you sneeze and it sounds like a zebra, that's my girl. That's what she does. I don't know. I'm not gonna explain it. Like most women be like,
do you say cap when something is not right? Okay.
That's
no,
not
no,
cap.
no. For y'all, it's not cap, but for me, I'm gonna say that's cap.
Okay,
Hold
that's
on,
fine.
cap meaning like it's not
That's
right,
fine.
right?
But
That's
women,
a lie.
women
Okay,
on the other
okay.
hand be like, oh, you sneeze like that, I just cannot. I'm not gonna be able to be in public with you. I'm so sorry. Like, and that's fine. Everybody's allowed to, everybody's allowed to pick what they want. But men, we don't really sit there and be like, listen, if I like the girl, I like the girl. Yeah, it could be because, and those are artificial things. If it's like you like a girl for her butt, her ass, her titties, or whatever, that's not. Let me start back. I feel like sometimes women confuse when a man is just trying to get a nut and then when a man is trying to be in a relationship.
Why would you feel like they're confused?
Confusing
like
that.
Yeah.
So, like you just said, ass, titties, and that's nut material.
You have to understand, there are men that would want.
I
would like a woman with no fake hair, fake like natural women.
There's
There's
none of those around.
Yeah, there are. You're not looking for them, but it's okay. So they're the real ones, I'm not saying fake ones, but I'm just saying like there are people that if a man says, "Hey, I want a woman that's more natural, like nothing fake on her," and then they end up with that person. And you just see them just doing stupid stuff with a person that they say they would not be attracted to. So either they're sending messages on Instagram, totally opposite than.
You talk women cheating? Or women?
It could be vice. I'm speaking for what men are doing right now.
When you say going on Instagram and talking,
they would have the women that they want, which is natural hair, the whole 9 yards.
The men is still going out and
seeking for something that they don't obviously did not say they're interested in. So regardless, I think men are they're not admitting what they truly want, or they're not speaking about it. Therefore, it's hard to understand exactly what men want. It used to be vice versa. I was like, what do women want, right? We express ourselves. We actually paint a picture.
We figure women out.
Feed you guys.
If we feed you, we post you on our IGs every once in a while.
Do you see? That's so childish.
We take you.
I don't know what kind of females you'd be dating. Is that a big deal for you? I'm just gonna ask you. Post it.
No, I know it's not. It's some girls.
IG and stuff like that. That's so childish.
But I don't date girls that are like, you have to post me on your IG. When you look at my IG, do you see me posting women that I'm dating? That's not what my IG is for. Like, my IG is my personal blog. Men, and I agree with you that my personal love life is not for everybody to commentate on. My personal relationships with the people, if I really care about my relationship with you, it's not for people to post. I don't even post my friends, my male friends. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yo, when my bro, like, yo, oh, my bro did this, my bro did, like, no, that's not. If my relationship with you is my relationship with you, that's what it is. It's not something to be broadcasted. But the reason why it's different on the female side, most females, not all females, but they feel like in society they are ranked by how good of a boyfriend they have, or how successful is your boyfriend, or how boyfriend material is your boyfriend. Like that's a thing for you guys. Niggas that have a girl that he's completely happy with, and it's just like, I don't need to post my girl. That's my girl. That's mine. So it's like, there's no need for me to sit there and be like, I don't need people's approval. And then that's the biggest thing.
There are females that do that too, the same way. They don't post on social media, but they accept it. It's vice versa at the end of the day.
But when we're talking about the scale, right, we're talking about who does it most.
But it's not a bad thing. The fact that the reason that we're talking about this is because guys don't express themselves enough because they find it to be a weakness.
And that should not be a
weakness.
When you say it like that, it just sounds like it's coming from a place of like, it doesn't sound like it's coming from a truthful place. I feel like it's coming from a place where you're expecting someone to change who they are so that they can, like, just because first of all, if you wanted to date someone that's emotional, you should probably date a woman.
You see what I'm saying? Why do you put it as emotional? If a person
that's what
decides,
you're talking about. You're talking about
that's what
you doesn't express your emotions. You don't do that. If you want to date someone
so you see what I'm saying? When I say express, I'm sorry to cut you off, but when I say express,
and men too. If you want to date someone who's not emotional, maybe you should be gay.
I did not.
You have to understand you're going in a relationship with a woman.
I never said emotional. I said express your feelings. When someone express, meaning communicate your feelings. Say, hey, way you
feelings is emotion.
Sure, but the way you're describing it, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, is someone just whining, crying, and stuff like that.
No.
So what is
emotion?
So that's not being emotional.
Can I explain what I mean by emotional?
Okay, go on.
So what I mean by emotional is, for example,
Crying and whining. That's pretty much it. That's feel like.
No, it's not. It's not. I was envisioning anyone crying. If someone's crying, I mean, like, it's not even emotional. It's just like, what's wrong with you?
If a man wants a relationship, and he tells you exactly, hey, I would like to be with someone. I want to come home and see the person that I love. I want to be with that person, spend time with them. That's not being emotional. That's communicating.
Yeah, but
and most men
we don't spend all day talking about that.
No one say talk about it. Listen, but communicate that with the person you're with, so they understand.
But I'm not with someone. If I was with someone, I wouldn't be needing that.
We're talking about in general, not just you.
I'm just saying, if I was with somebody, I wouldn't need that. So what I'm saying is, if you don't have someone, if like we're talking about two single people, a woman is more likely to start the topic off with, hey, I want to make sure this guy can fulfill me emotionally and meet my emotional needs. A guy, more so, is not going to think about that. He's going to think about, can I have a good time with this person? Is this person not going to sit there and, like, first of all, this is my thing about women. And we could cut the bullshit. Like, I feel like women are emotional terrorists. Like, what they do is they invade your life. Mm-hmm. They invade your life. Mm-hmm. They tell you, first of all, they tell you their emotions. You have to deal with their emotions. And then they tell you emotions that you don't show. And they tell you emotions that they want you. I'm just like, how many emotions I have to deal with? I got to deal with my emotions. I got to deal with the emotions you want me to feel. And then I got to deal with the emotions you're telling me that I'm not showing.
Why do you see it as dealing? Why can't you just communicate about it?
Dealing
is not...
Dealing is communicating.
No, dealing is taking in and trying to figure out things by yourself instead of talking about it, communicating how you feel, how she made you feel, and figuring out a solution afterwards. But if you feel like, okay, she's feeling a certain way, she's emotional, and you're just taking it and you're not letting her know how you feel, right. how do you expect her to know?
You're absolutely right. But that's what I mean when I say that stuff is not important to us. We don't spend all day thinking about that.
When you're in a relationship, it's not about you. It's two people. Yeah. So she has to understand you, and you have to understand her. And the way to do it is to communicate. Period.
What y'all think?
Not just communicate. I'm sorry. Comprehend. Whatever you're communicating, you have to comprehend and understand exactly what you guys need to work on to make sure you're respecting each other.
Your point, what you're saying is like, look.
So that's not being emotional. At the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to say.
But you also have to understand that that's not my priority to sit there and think about because women would sit there and be like,
you're single.
Oh
my God.
Oh, you posted me on your Instagram and then you deleted it. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean like we're broken up? Does that mean? It's like, no, I just realized that I didn't want that on there.
Okay, that's That's a form of communication.
And I'm not saying that women don't do that to men and we feel some type of way too. Like if a girl posted you on her IG and then she took it off, you'd be like, damn, she must be, you know what I'm saying? But it ends right. It tends to end there. If you post a girl on your IG and she's like, oh, I saw you put me on your IG and you delete it, bruh, trust me, you're gonna get text messages, calls, voicemails.
But you know what though?
Shit.
But at least that
but
problem.
Not, but I didn't delete it.
Whatever that issue, it will be resolved. But if in your case you see it and she removed you or whatnot, and you didn't say anything, right? Yeah. So the issue is still not resolved. It's still surfacing. It needs to be talked about.
It wasn't an issue.
It is. It's going to build up to be an issue because it's an unresolved issue.
But that's what you call building That's what you call building. That's what you call learning someone, right? It's like if
I
someone
feel like
does
you're
that,
not being
if
real
someone,
right
if
now.
someone does that,
I feel like no, you're not being real. I need you to be honest.
If someone does that on a consistent basis,
Mm-hmm.
like every time we have a good moment, you post it and you delete it. That's warrant of having a conversation. But the one time it happens, I'm gonna just be like, okay, I'm gonna see if is there a pattern, is there a reason? Maybe you didn't like my hair in that particular thing. Maybe you didn't like most women is like, oh, she said, oh, my makeup didn't look right in that joint. That's why I took it. I'm not gonna sit there and investigate it to find out that, oh, the reason why you took it off is because you didn't like your makeup.
But this is what I'm trying to say though. A simple communication can solve so many assumptions right now. You're assuming one thing, hoping it can, she might do it again.
She talks to a guy from a dating app for an hour. Like, so communication, women love to talk, and that's okay.
It's not. You see it as talking. We see it as a form of communication, getting to know someone. Exactly. And by talking, you resolve issues, you get to know a person, and you have a better understanding of how a person functions or thinks, or how you have a better understanding how to deal with a person. So instead of holding anything back, not to attack anyone, if you feel a certain way, it's okay to talk about it.
But it's also okay to keep things for yourself.
Sure.
It's also
as long as you're not using it against it after like a year or two. You know what I'm saying?
You can. That's part
and
of
I feel
learning
like a lot of
someone.
men
That's
do
part of
that.
learning someone.
A lot of men.
You can't learn someone in 5 seconds.
A lot of men, I feel like once they get caught in doing something, they bring back a 3 years, 4 years issue that they forgot a long time ago. It's just be like, damn. That's crazy. That's they do.
Definitely a woman. You're dating a lot of feminine men.
I'm dating a lot of feminine. That did not. No, that only happened to me once.
I swear to God, no one does that.
The reason I'm saying that is because a lot of men say, "Oh, that's not an issue. That's not a problem." But in the back of their head, they still have that moment that they got hurt because they didn't talk about it. They did not resolve it. If the issue was resolved, there is no reason of you bringing it back after a year or 2 or 3. If that makes sense.
If you bring it up a year or 2 or 3, it was never resolved.
That's what I'm saying. So, but if it was communicated,
but see,
it would have been
I wouldn't
resolved.
even judge someone for bringing it up later, but because women do it all the time. Women never forget.
Can I say something though? Like, if you guys know how females are, like, we're an emotional human being. Just to highlight that, highlight that part.
Know.
Okay, so in general, don't use that against us. We deal emotionally as it is, and I'm not saying men are not emotional, right. But you guys do have a cut, simple life in general. Okay,
I feel like you're trying to pull emotions out of men to supplement for the amount of emotions that women have.
Whatever it is, though, it's not a bad thing.
It's making it hard for. I mean, I know me.
Okay, when you say emotion, I feel like you're putting it as a negative way.
But you say emotion, I don't think of it as a negative way.
For me, when I say being emotional, is the hormones balance, like changing, everything. We deal. I know that. No, seriously.
What are you talking about?
When I say females, when I say emotional, I know what I'm talking about.
You're talking about a female's hormonal balance. When you say emotion.
So what? Yes, we go through different, emotions or whatever.
That's totally fine.
I know that, but you use that against us too, though.
No, I'm not.
A female balance. One moment is this, one moment is that, because we deal with so many things, and I'm not using it as an excuse. Mm-hmm. But when you keep saying being emotional, I don't want you to think of it as us being emotional.
Here's my thing. I feel like when you say that someone has an emotion that they're not trying to bring out, mm-hmm. to me, that's super emotional. So when you say that about a man, and you say
it's a communication, actually, not
when you say that about a man and say, like, there's certain things you don't want to talk about, there's certain things you have hidden. To me, that's super emotional.
Okay, let me give you a different perspective. Okay, I think when we put it in a relationship, I feel like there's a little boundaries you don't cross, I guess.
Unless you know the person.
But
it depends on the
person. Yeah, but that's the thing. See it this way. This person, you're dating someone that's your best friend. Okay, there is no like hiding. You guys are open, truthful to each other, right? If that person hurts you, you don't just hold it back. That's your best friend. But at the same time, your best friend is the person that you're dating. So you're not going to think about, oh, I'm just not going to talk about it. I'm not going to just still,
But
just wonder
also-
about it.
No, I agree.
Because you know that person is your best friend and you know how that person thinks and functions, you find a way to communicate that issue with that person because you see not relationship first, but friendship. So you approach it from a friendship perspective. But nowadays, you feel like it's being too emotional. From my understanding, I feel like that's too emotional for you from a guy's perspective is because you're thinking a female and a relationship. If there is that middle part of that friendship, it would not be emotional. It would be a form of communication.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, it's not right for it to be like that. But what I'm saying is, this is an advice to men and women. If you are in a relationship with someone who hurts your feelings consistently, you should not be in a relationship with that person. I agree. If you're in a relationship with somebody that is just like consistently, you're just like, well, how come you didn't know that would hurt my feelings? Or how come you didn't know that I would feel this way about that? This person is not interested in you. Like, when people are interested in people, they're going to sit there and say, wow, like, I could go out tonight, but I know I should probably communicate with this person. I could, get fucked up, black out, and not have no communication with the world, but I know this person is going to be worried about my well-being. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. And I think most of the time that's the type of stuff we're talking about. But
I agree with you on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my advice to anybody, like men or women. If you're going through a relationship where it's like, you're getting to know the person, everything is straight, and then something happens and it's just like you're not 100% sure why it happened, I don't believe that you should shut down the relationship or not even shut down the relationship. I don't believe that it should be that dramatic for you to figure out why that happened. I feel like you should just kind of like, sometimes you have to let things play on so you can get more detail. And then, because I do this a lot. Like, I will have a situation where someone would say something that I really didn't like, but I would just be like, maybe it's me. Maybe the person I was talking to before, like maybe my past relationship is what made me insecure about this statement. Maybe the Uber ride I had up here that was talking about something crazy made me think about that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna sit there and throw out all the goods that I've seen in that person based off of one comment. Mm-hmm. So what I would do is just be like, I'm gonna wait it out, and then once I've reevaluated myself and made sure that, nah, she really disrespected you, bro, you gotta go check that. I would gladly come. I'm not the type of person like, oh, you didn't say it at the moment, so it don't mean you don't really feel that way. No, I would sit there and be like, let me think about it. And then when I come to you, I'm going to say, hey, listen, that comment you made before, I kind of felt this way about it. I felt like you should have known that this would have made me feel X, Y, and Z because of what you know about me, right? And then what happens is if the person receives that and says, wow, I never thought about it that way.
You see, that's where the friendship comes then. You feel comfortable enough to approach the topic, and that person has to accept and understand to change and make sure they're, it's better off moving forward. And that's how relationships. So, yes, but that's not being emotional. That's communication.
I never explained that as being emotional. I feel like what I feel like is emotional. What I feel like is emotional is you're in a situation where you're consistently being hurt and you're not making a move. You just rather just be hurt. You just rather just be there and be like, not being emotional. I don't agree with this.
That's being stupid at that time.
I think emotions are so stupid.
No.
I think emotions are so stupid.
Oh, man. But yeah, I feel like guys just need to communicate more. And females need to comprehend more. Guys need to communicate more. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it.
Huh?
Yes.
Please. No, that was no. But let me. What you just said was golden. So if we're saying that men need to communicate more, and women need to comprehend more, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to put that in words, but that's almost a silver lining because that means we just need to accept each other for who we are. Because if you're telling me I need to talk more, but I need to shut up more, and this is like, well, like what you're saying is that we already balance each other out, but we're sitting there like, oh, I need you to have less emotions. No, I can't actually have less emotions. I'll never actually have less emotions. That's who you are. your emotions was gonna tell me who you are. And women sometimes say, "Oh, you're not communicating." My lack of communication or my lack of talking could be my communication. I can not be saying something about that situation because I already agree with the terms of it. I could not be saying nothing about that situation because I feel like there's nothing to be said.
Yeah.
So it's like there's the two things. It's like either it's the women need to comprehend more, and sometimes you have to comprehend silence as just not silence, because we do that all the time. We look at a girl and the girl be like, you be like, yo, you okay? She be like, yeah, I'm all right. We be like, oh Lord, we know she's not all right. We comprehend that non-communication as I need to do more, right? Sometimes most men,
not all. Yeah, yes. Most, yeah.
Some women will look at that and be like, well, you're not telling me anything. Why are you not telling me exactly what you want me to do? And it's like, some things don't need to be. It's like if somebody told you, can you please take me on a date and let it be a fancy date? If you had to tell them and then they did it afterwards, it probably is not going to feel the same way, right? But the same thing with emotions. Emotions are something that, the people who are right for you are going to pick up on. The people who are not right for you are not going to pick up on.
Yeah.
And I think both men and women just need to like make sure that they, that they comprehend that. And what do you think?
I do agree to some extent, but the emotional part is communication for me. But I don't want it to be more so feelings, but more it's just an idea of helping the other person understand how you're feeling at the moment. Saying, hey, you know what? What if I don't know how I'm feeling? Let me say, no, I think it comes within time. I'm not going to lie to you, because as you get older, you meet different type of people and you realize, okay, you know what? Men are not stupid. Majority of them are not stupid, So they're able to communicate, understand. It's just so shocking. So the younger, it's just, I think within time, it's like a fine wine. So you meet guys that would be able to communicate with you and help you understand how they want a certain thing, which helps the relationship at some point. But again, I'm single for a reason.
Yeah,
but
so ladies,
there's a reason why I'm single.
No,
do not follow my advice. But yes. No, Junior, I know what you're gonna say.
I get in and out of relationships at will. At any moment in my life, I can go into it. That's the thing about men. And the difference between men and women. It's like,
he really does.
If I really wanted to be in a relationship right now, I have options of people that I would say, oh my God.
That's how he's not emotionally
are we done?
Invested.
I feel like
he's not emotionally invested in that relationship. That's the thing, though.
Can we go back to the segment of we already did the men proposing to women, right?
Because no, Junior, so you just answered my question.
What?
You're not emotionally involved in this relationship, whatever relationship you're talking about. Oh, you can go in and out. Females cannot do that. Most of us cannot do that. How are you going to tell me
what I'm emotionally involved in?
You just said you can go on in a relationship in and out anytime.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Did I misheard anything? What?
I said.
What did you say?
I said, if I wanted to be in a relationship at any given point in my life,
you can go.
I have options of women who are ready to be in a relationship with me that I can always accept their offer. Just like we talked about women proposing to men. There's nothing wrong with that.
How do you feel about that? I want to know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I know.
You disagree? And listen, that's an aggressive woman. And there's nothing. Listen, there's nothing wrong with your the way you feel about it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Would you like it if a female proposed to you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought you said a female proposed to you multiple times.
No, they have. And what did I say? I said no. But if the right woman,
how do you know if someone is the right woman then?
Because when they propose to me, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I was thinking the same thing, right?
No, Juju.
Well,
you would have already proposed hopefully by then before she proposed. If you're thinking the same way, I would assume that you would be proposing before.
Why? Because I'm smarter than a woman? No, to see that ahead, I'm able to foresee that.
Because I would like to say you're smart enough to not let her go.
Or is it because it's traditional?
No, I'm gonna say you'll be smart enough to not let her go.
I mean, if a
That's probably not the woman I'm gonna say yes to.
But
But a woman that would do that,
but most men.
Okay, so but here's my thing. Here's what we were saying
Most
earlier.
men are
I
okay
said
with that.
women propose to men on a regular basis and don't even know it.
What? No, I just.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Women always come to us and talk about they want to get married. They want a relationship. They want you. That's a proposal.
That's not a proposal. No. It is
Okay.
not.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of women.
A female can go, like, for me, a proposal, my understanding would be finding that person and committing to that person, saying, I would like an answer, whether one, yes or no. But a female can tell 100 men saying, hey, I want a relationship, I want a relationship. That's not a proposal. That's saying, seeing her options.
But you're proposing a relationship.
Okay, we're not talking about proposing a relationship.
I agree that that's proposing
Something, whatever you're proposing.
I'm asking marriage, meaning commitment, saying, hey, I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
I'm
That
pretty
kind of
sure when they
proposal.
say that, they mean I want to be with you for the rest of my
I
life.
don't think that women should propose.
I'm-
The majority, I'm talking the generalization, most women should not propose to men because men are hunter-gatherers, and if they ain't set up their nest and everything that they need to set up before bringing somebody into their nest, then they ain't ready. And it's not a woman to say, hey, you're ready.
You know, let me,
But they
I
do
hear
that
you.
all the time.
I hear you.
They would sit there and be like,
You can propose a marriage, but you can't.
Thank
can't
you.
be like,
I'm with you
can't
on that
be mad
one.
when a
Thank you,
man
Mo.
be like,
I'm with him.
but you're not hearing me when I say
No,
that they
you're saying
propose
people-
marriage all the time.
No, I completely 100%.
He mentioned
agree
that already.
Marriage, but it's
You believe that they should not do it.
they should do it. They should propose. They should let you know, like, hey,
Thank you. Yes, I'm ready. You can propose now. That's a
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a woman come to you and say, "Hey, you know, we can start dating, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like I'm ready for marriage." Okay. Have you ever dated a girl who was like, "Hey, I want to be your girlfriend," and then during the relationship, she's like, "When are we gonna get married?" Like she says something along the lines of, "Like I'm ready to marry you."
And that's fine too.
That's a proposal, bro.
It is.
Right. And most of the time, I think we're all single here. Clearly that shit does not work. But it's just listen. My thing is this, my thing is this. I'm not saying
For some people might. Yeah.
I'm not saying that when I want to get married, I prefer for my woman to propose to me. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that women propose all the time.
If the right woman that you met were to propose, what happens?
Comfortable about this?
No, that's not what this podcast is
Can I
about.
ask-
We're not making people feel
Okay,
comfortable.
one second. They give you a hint. A hint. They give you a hint.
He's not getting the hint apparently, but
So let me ask you let me ask you a question.
yeah.
You go out
Sure,
with a guy,
you can say
you go
that.
out with a guy and you eating your cake, the dessert he bought you and there's a ring in it. Is that a hint? That's a hint.
An engagement
That's
ring?
not, he didn't say anything. You just eating the cake and there's a ring
An
in it.
engagement ring is saying, will you marry me?
No, that's not a hint.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think you have a different, I understand where you're coming from, but a proposal is supposed to be a firm agreement saying, hey,
So
will you
which one
marry
is
me
more
or
of a
not?
proposal? You eating a cake and you see a ring in it, than someone telling you, I'm ready to get married. We should get married. We should get married.
They're both a proposal for me.
That's what I'm saying. So we can't sit there and be like, if a woman says she's ready to get married to you, that's just a hint. You're proposing to me in a weird ass place. Like you're not even. The reason why we're talking about this because we saw a video about a woman in front of her family. She kneeled down in front of a man and she proposed to him and gave him a ring. Right. Her family cheered for her. Her family was happy for her. Here's my thing. When you're looking for happiness, fuck tradition. When you're looking for when you see something that you want, stop thinking about what other people think. Stop thinking about, well, is it the right time or is this the right place? So this is a weird story, right? So like I had this girl I was dating, and we was just like kind of like going out. We weren't really dating, right? But when I really asked her to be my girlfriend, was we just came back from like the best time I've ever had with this girl. Like I've me and her gone out all this time. So we go somewhere and we're at a metro station, right? And I asked, listen, I really want you to be my girlfriend. You know, I feel like we can really make something happen. And she says to me, she said, but we're in a metro station. And I said, you know what I said to her?
Oh.
I said, it's not about the right, there's no such thing as the right place. It's all about the right time. Because what I know we felt during this date is something we have to capitalize on. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, because we're in a metro station, I'm about to drop her. I guess I didn't have a car. I probably had a car. I don't know. But probably the easiest way to get to the place was metro station. You know how DCB. But I'm going to sit there and wait till I'm in a better place to propose that. No, I'm going to do it at the moment where I know me and her felt the same thing. And you know what she told, like, till today, I mean, I don't date her anymore, but today she'll tell me that was the most romantic thing anybody's ever done for me, because you didn't care there was a homeless bum right next to us. And it was just like, yo, after what I felt today, and I know that you feel too, I want to tell you that I want more out of this friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just like, she really accepted it as something beautiful.
It is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. And you said a lot of very meaningful stuff. You know, don't follow the tradition, go with the flow, it's at the moment, all that stuff. So my understanding is, if the right woman were to propose to you, technically you would be okay with it.
I mean, yes. I mean, I would be like, I would just be like, if it's the right woman, I would just be like, yes, I really did think that we should do that. Like, but I would be like, this is not the way we're going to make it happen, right? I feel like even if a woman came to you and be like, hey, which women do all the time, the guy be like, yes, I do believe we should get married. Don't worry about it. We'll wait. And then
Why do you feel like it's not the right way of going about it?
Because tradition.
You just said tradition. Everything that happens is without following the tradition, within the moment.
Yes,
all that stuff.
I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I'm saying like those traditions do seep into my conscience.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when a girl tells me that she wants to get married, I'm gonna be like, okay, I understand that. And then it's all about what the guy does afterwards. Gotcha. Because I'm pretty sure every girl wants to be proposed to, and that's what makes her your queen. That's what makes her your girl, right?
Yeah, sure.
Damn,
we're gonna have to.
That was a lot of relationship talk. Next time, can we talk about drugs and
that's all I know. But
can we talk about drugs and rappers and stuff like that next?
But you did good. So that's the end, y'all, for today. But until next time.
Yes, thank y'all for tuning in.
Mwah.
And then make sure y'all follow us on the IG. It's gonna be right here, right, Kush? Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be right here, and then just funny. Follow up, and then we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep the conversation going. All right.